Here's some advice for avoiding the skin issues at wrestling camp. You know, the skin, impetigo, ringworm, even MRSA. You probably have MRSA on the steering wheel of your car, right? It's everywhere. It's the breaks in the skin that cause the issues. I know we mop our mats after every practice, right? We have our mats are used 12 hours a day. We mop them twice at night with new mop heads, and we change mop heads every time. So I know if you get any skin issue at our camp, it didn't come from the mats, right? It probably just came from the environment. Well, you know, at a tournament, they can't mop the mats after every match. Some matches last a minute. Are they supposed to mop the mats and wait 20 minutes for them to dry? It's impossible. So to protect yourself, a good idea is pay close attention to the abrasions that your kids have on their face, neck, even the back of your hands, the back of your knees, you know, legs, everywhere. And once you keep track of these scrapes and scratches, that's where the break in the skin, God's amazing natural defenses are no longer to work. So you can help by covering those with antibacterial ointment you get from Walgreens. Obviously, a ringworm is, you know, kids are going to get that sometimes. So send them with some Lotrimin or something from Walgreens. And just staying on top of the cuts and scrapes is a big part of it. Another thing you can do if you have an athlete who gets these things easily, because sometimes it is the person's skin, right? I know athletes who never get anything. I hardly ever get anything. But I have 2 athletes who had to quit wrestling because of it. They probably could have got by with it, but one, Jeff, it was nonstop. If he got a patch of ringworm, he'd have 30 spots. And his doctor just said, hey, you know, you don't have the skin for the sport, right? So if you're one of them, then maybe, or those kids, maybe you can wear long sleeve shirts and a pair of sweatpants to practice. Sure, it might be a little bit more hot, but hey, you'll get used to it, right? That way you're keeping the skin contact with opponents and the wrestling mat at a minimum. Plus, you're keeping your skin protected from scratches and scrapes. Another thing you can do, obviously, is just make sure that you send your kids to camp with a good camp soap, right? Don't skimp on that. I mean, you know, we'll spend $100. We'll send them with $100 to buy snacks, but we won't send them a $22 bottle of protective soap. So don't send them with Axe scented body wash. Send them with a good camp soap, you know. What a lot of doctors have told me, and you can research this too, is just simply a dandruff shampoo, a strong one, like Selsun Blue. You send them with that, with a little scrubby thing, and you can wash your hair and body with Selsun Blue. That's an affordable way, and I've had many dermatologists and doctors tell me that. Well, one worked at Walgreens, a pharmacist, one of our wrestling moms. She's like, it's wonderful. That's what her kid uses, okay? So if you wanted to go that route, that's a great idea. But basically by wearing long sleeve shirts and pants, keeping track of your skin abrasions and keeping those covered, we make our athletes, we do a skin check before our camp begins. We do one every morning, and the kids who have issues, we have a documentation folder. The kids who have scratches, they get in this line because they're documented. We make sure that their scratches and scrapes aren't getting worse. So by staying on top of it, you know, we've been able to do a wonderful job. Plus mopping our mats 6 times a day has been huge. And after live wrestling, we mop the mats twice in a row with 2 different mop heads. So a lot of times I think we get into the mindset that, you know, my kids got a certain skin infection from a camp or a wrestling clinic, when really it's probably, oh, there he goes. It's probably, my wife just got home. My dog Chico, he sits right there all day. But if you can stay on top of the abrasions, that's huge. Long sleeve clothes, that's huge. And a great camp soap will do wonders for you as well. Also, pack an extra towel, right? So you might have, if you go to a longer camp, take 3 towels. Sure, you don't need to use the same new towel every time, but if you have maybe a skin issue, well, then that towel goes into the bag and you get a new towel out. So there's a few things you can do. It's very stressful. I know if you spend money on an expensive wrestling camp and your kids come down with something, I've been there, right? So there's some advice. Good luck.